Before he can begin to decide what Phase 3 will look like, Governor Inslee says a lot more data needs to be collected.
So right now we are looking to evaluate the new strains of the COVID variants to find out how fast they're going to hit us. We're looking at the efficacy of the new vaccines against these new variants. We're looking at the business activity to see what really is needed by businesses.
Here in Eastern Washington, local leaders want to make sure that data collection includes feedback about the specific needs of our region.
Well, I think it's important for the governor's office and those who are leading the effort to get to phase 3 and 4 to understand that in Eastern Washington, we have a different makeup of business sectors, and many of our jobs are very reliant on hospitality.
That's why Mayor Nadine Woodward joined several other Eastern mayors in writing a letter to the governor with suggestions for the next phase.
Well, we haven't had a seat at the table yet, but that's why we decided to go ahead and send off this letter with suggestions. We just don't want to wait and wait to be invited. We asked to be invited, but we're going to offer suggestions in the meantime. And the governor was very receptive of that. They were very appreciative of hearing from the east side of the state on what we would like to see, considering some of the uniqueness that we have over here, being a border region to a state that's fully open.
Inslee says such feedback is important, and in addition to the bi-weekly communication he has with Woodward, he's in frequent contact with Spokane area legislators like the Senate Majority Leader, Andy Billig.
So what are some ways that you're making sure that when you're out there getting feedback on various policies that you're incorporating feedback from various parts of the state?
Well, fortunately, you have great legislators from Spokane County, and I can assure you that any concern that your mayor had, Senator Billig made sure that on probably every 3 or 4 days of those concerns.
One of the biggest questions about Phase 3, how localized will it be? In other words, will Inslee take a uniform statewide approach or a more flexible regional approach? In the past, Woodward has been a strong advocate for the latter.
And the governor listened to those of us who said, hey, Eastern Washington's different than Western Washington. Please consider a regional plan. And he did.
Inslee says right now that decision has yet to be made.
On a state basis, if you may have a state base, you have a more common base. So we're all in this together. We all understand the situation. It is more consistent, but it's less, flexible to the particulars of your neighborhood. So each has an asset, a liability. We try to make the best decision that we have. We have not made decisions about the next phasing, which way it should be.
Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.